Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato, and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings on the PC. You're seeing basically the outro card right now, because this video had to be cut in half because, well, following this, we're going to get the ending and we're going to get the credits, and the credits are basically eternity length. So the video ended up being the length of a movie, so I had to split it into two. So, let's go.
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Could say I did.
Remember the Hanged Man's tree in the Wild Hunt? I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion.
This is all just a Nilfgaard plot?
We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
I'm actually I'm just disappointed in you, dude.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Sarad, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful. No violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the Northern Kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those
Excellent,
Imperial
interesting. You're
spooks
still
have
talking,
their
okay.
ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire.
She was when I left.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt. that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the Spectral Riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the Riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race. But they turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary Omen of War proved to be a fairground attraction.
Really?
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's Tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres. Know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern.
Few more.
How did a witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding.
We've done that
Geralt.
too, dude.
And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper. The Witcher's Order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago. And Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
And the final question.
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
Indeed. Let's dance.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here. The Imperial army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Netho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Time to fight. Ready?
As I'll ever
I
be.
will have a final boss fight.
You feel that? Stop fight. What does it feel like to be almost dead?
I
fight.
Nice. Should have gone for the head. Not the sword you used, but okay. Okay, it's a ladybug. What's your point?
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant.
Indeed.
Flotsam remained Temerian, while command of the garrison and town went to a Vizima noble, a sworn enemy of Kedwen and an avid angler. To this day, folk gather round bonfires in Lobendon to hear of the Witcher's deeds. The Witcher witnessed a great Kedweni victory in Edirn. At Vergen, Henselt's army crushed Saskia the Dragonslayer's motley force, ending the springtime of races. Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before, powerful...
Oh no, that
swamped
he's getting...
Upper Edirn
I
whole.
like the guy we played dice against.
Yet subsequent events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. After Foltest's death, Temeria's neighbors began to vie for the glittering prize that was the realm's throne. Yet the murders of first Demavend, then Henselt, forced them to look to their own problems. Temeria fell prey to its power-hungry barons. But Vernon Roche held a light of hope for the dying realm, and he tucked it away in a place safe and still to await better times. Years before, Geralt of Rivia had witnessed the fall of the Council and Conclave of Mages. The summit in Loch Muin re-established both bodies, their founders sacrificing Sheila de Tanzerville and her accomplices. Yet Radovid also required humility and loyalty from the proud mages, but this did not sit well with all of them. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the day seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
And Geralt turn in The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. So, what do I think of this game? Before I get my thoughts, you can get a very different story if you play yourself and side with Yorvith over Roach. So I recommend you check that out. I will not be doing a Let's Play of that, at least not for not for the foreseeable future. So check that out yourself if you want to play. You'll get a different story depending on the choices you make. This game blows the first one out of the water, gameplay-wise, story-wise. It's so much freaking better. Like, the combat's actually fun. The quests aren't so single-player MMORPG as they were before. I care about the story. It's comprehensible. Solving an assassination and clearing your name is actually interesting. Roach was awesome as a character. Some interesting area of variety. The last one was just shitty cities and like really ugly cities and swamps. And some interesting boss fights, some cool new monsters. We fought a dragon, and that's always fun. It was a smaller game than the last game, I will say. There's fewer chapters, fewer types of monsters. I am glad we didn't have that whole, like, slightly trite sexual encounter trading cards thing from the first game, but on the whole, much better. The freaking gargoyle contract quest got boring and way too complicated for me, so I feel no bad about not completing that, but it's not like I really needed to. Learning more about Geralt. It's still not a particularly interesting world, but it's mainly laying the groundwork for the next game, The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, which I am looking forward to and we plan to Let's Play. So I'm going to mute myself for the rest of the credits and then rejoin you right at the end, when it offers us the true ending. one thought I want to give about Letho himself, actually. I remember mentioning in the opening cutscene, he reminded me a lot of like a medieval Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. The whole game just kind of cements that. He's from the same order. He's from like the same big organization, he trained by the same people who trained the hero. And his plan seems really interesting and noble at first, like killing all the kings of the world of The Witcher. Like, put the power back into people's hands. Fucking brilliant. But it's just a plot from Nilfgaard, just like Bane Dark Knight Rises is just a patsy for someone else, that being Talia in that movie. So he really is medieval Bane. I'm sorry, for the Russian version, there's a credit for propaganda? What the fuck? Well, that's Russia, I guess. All right. I am much older now. I am an old man after those credits. We waited all that time for a rabbit. All right. Looks like you got the rabbit. That's good. And that looks like a problem for Witcher 3's Geralt. See you next time. Hi, thanks for watching. This has been played and recorded by me, Merrick D'Amato. The art was by Rafael Agrona. You can find a link to their commission page in the description below. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time. Ciao!